The Director General, Bureau of Public Service Reforms, Mr. Dasuki Arabi, says a review of the 2019 to 2021 Public Service Reform Strategy will fast-track reform of the public service. Arabi, who made this known in Abuja during the validation and review meeting of the strategy, said the review was to inculcate service culture and values in line with international best practices.
Our aim is to achieve the desired outcomes in improving quality service delivery to the citizens of our great country. It is a normal practice in all walks of life to improve on the existing norms in relation to policies made by individual groups and organizations, more especially the public policies of government. The head of civil service of the Federation, who is the vice chairperson of the Steering Committee on Reforms, championed the strategy development process. The Bureau of Public Service Reforms facilitated the development of the strategy. An interministerial task team made of senior public servants with the support of internationally experienced advisors and consultants were responsible for drafting the first version of the National Strategy on Public Service Reforms. There are many areas where significant changes have occurred since the launching of the first version of NSPSR in 2009. First revision of the document was done under the administration of His Excellency President Goodluck Jonathan. Second revision was done during the first time of this administration of President Muhammad Buhari. This was done by us and several validations took place. Again, with the coming of President Muhammad Buhari, there was the need to carry out further review and updating of the NSPSR in 2017 to fully reflect the strong reform focus, particularly in the areas of anti-corruption, socio-economic priorities through the Economic Recovery and Growth Program, and other imperatives of the Sustainable Development Goal, which were effectively included in the validated book. Members of the interministerial task team were carefully chosen based on their wealth of experience, and we have no doubt that they have carried out the assignments in line with the terms of reference with all diligence, passion, commitment in the interests of our fatherland.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, who was represented by Mr. Shehu Ibrahim, Permanent Secretary, Politics and Economic Affairs, Office of the SGF, said the review was apt.
Okay, I think it's a known fact to all of us that the public service under this administration has been undergoing a lot of reforms, a lot of changes, a lot of strategies being brought in order for the service to be able to give good delivery, to the public. This particular validation, I think, is going to be the last stage in the different stages of what the document went through. And we are expecting that in the next few days or so, we should be expecting the final copy from this particular event, so that we'll present it to FEC for final consideration.
Mr. Lawal Zakari, Director, Monitoring and Evaluation, Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, commended the Bureau and expressed satisfaction with the document presented for review.
The framework, has integrated, within it, an MIE framework. And it is to ensure that the strategy, is well tracked. We understand, what is working, what is not working, and then, we understand what we need to do going forward. So really, it is one thing to put a strategy and it is another to track it.
Mr. Steve Ogida of Global Knowledge Consulting gave an overview of the draft reform. He assured that the reviewed document would be presented to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation by the end of June.
A lot of reform has taken place under the Buhari administration. And what we are doing is to capture the essence of the reforms that have taken place between 2019 and 2021. A bit of specific is trying to reinvigorate the civil service so that they can perform better, especially when it comes to monitoring and evaluation. The best method will not be achieved if we don't monitor what we do. So we try to bring in a lot of effort when it comes to monitoring and evaluation and self-assessment in terms of performance management. These are strong pillars when it comes to this public service reform and to make the public service to be able to serve Nigeria better. This is